If you use iCloud for storage, there will be a time when you get hit with this dreaded message. iCloud storage is either full or almost full. And Apple, being sneaky, of course, doesn't explain how to clear your storage. They'll just want you to upgrade, which means paying more to get more storage. I'm not trying to sell you more storage, but I will explain you everything you need to know to make an informed decision and pick the best way to proceed. This is going to be a thorough walkthrough of iCloud and how to manage your storage, and we'll cover everything you need to know. If you want to master iCloud, grab a beverage and enjoy. If you're only interested in a specific part, look for the chapter markers and feel free to jump to the chapter you're most interested in. Let's start by a little comparison first to fully understand the difference between cloud storage and internal storage. To pick the best approach, first we need to understand how storage works on our phones. Your iPhone has a fixed internal storage. On modern iPhones, it's usually something like 32, 64, or 128 gigabytes. Could be more, could be less, depending on which model you have. Everything on your phone has to fit in this internal fixed storage. Your apps, photos, messages, music, podcasts, software updates, everything needs to fit on your internal hard drive. That includes the operating system itself, which can consume more than you'd think. The other option is cloud storage. What's cool about this is that it's not fixed, and you can adjust it based on your needs. With iCloud Plus, you can get either 50 or 200 gigabytes, or if you really want a lot of storage, you can go up to 2, 6, or 12 terabytes. Using cloud storage allows you to keep all the big consumers like photos and videos in the cloud, so they don't eat up space on your phone's internal storage. System files, software updates, and your downloaded apps will still need to be on your internal storage, but for most people, enabling iCloud Plus will free up most of their internal storage. Besides being scalable, cloud storage has other benefits as well. For example, if our phone here goes missing, so goes everything on its internal storage. Files in the cloud, on the other hand, are still accessible even if we've lost our phone. Cloud storage also isn't tied to a single user. You can share your iCloud storage with up to 5 family members, so you're paying for one storage plan, which can be used by multiple people. This is what I'm doing with my family, and it works great. It's also good because each person's content remains private. You're sharing storage capacity, but you're not sharing the actual files with each other. Each member has their own photo library and their own messages, their own iCloud drive, device backups, etc. Other members cannot see or access anyone else's photos, but you're still sharing the one big cloud storage as a family. One more huge benefit you get by using cloud storage, and this is for everyone who owns multiple devices. You take a photo on your iPhone, it's automatically accessible on your iPads, Macs, Apple TV, and really any device that can access the internet. I never felt like I needed this feature, but once I started using iCloud Plus for my photo library, I realized how darn convenient it is when I don't have to airdrop photos between devices. They're already there when I need them. With all that in mind, there is a good argument to continue using cloud storage, and maybe even upgrade to a higher tier of iCloud Plus, giving you extra storage. But if you take a lot of photos and videos, any storage plan will eventually fill up, so you'll need to learn how to manage that. Let's say I don't want to pay more to upgrade my storage, but I want to keep using iCloud for my important files. That means I'll need to clear up some space, and in order to do that, I'll need to start by checking what's currently taking up most of my iCloud storage. I'll use an iPhone for this, but you can also do it on a Mac or an iPad. First, we'll go to Settings. It already tells me here my iCloud storage is almost full, and to see what's currently taking up space, tap your name on the top and choose iCloud. There's two things we'll want to look at here. First, I'll see what I have currently saved to my iCloud storage down here. This will give a breakdown of what's currently taking up space, and I can instantly see that the biggest consumer is my photo library. There's a lot of other stuff here too, but none of it is taking up much space. This should be your first step. Go through the list, see what's taking up space, and disable the things you don't need. Messages, for example, can take up a ton of space, and I can already access all my messages on my devices without keeping all my conversations stored in iCloud, so I like to keep that off. So go through your list and disable everything you don't need in your iCloud. That's step 1. The other and maybe better way to inspect my storage is this storage analyzer on the top. Here I can see that about half of my 200 gigabytes is used by family members. I see my photo library taking up 77 gigabytes, and my device backups also take up over 26 gigabytes. If I dig a little deeper to see what's included in the device backup, you can see there are some camera apps here that take up a pretty big portion of the overall size of my device backup. I don't really need these backed up, so I can just toggle them off to reduce the size of my device backup. This doesn't remove any of the files that I currently have on my phone, but just excludes these from my iCloud backup. So if I lose my phone, buy a new one, and then restore everything from my iCloud backup, the contents of these camera apps won't be there. Outside the device backups, there's a list of all the other apps that are also taking up space, and if I want, I can pick an app and remove it from my iCloud storage to save up space. These are all pretty small, so I'm not going to bother, but you get the idea. Let's look at family usage next. You might not have this if you're not using family sharing on your iCloud plan, but if you have it enabled, you'll see your family members and how much storage they're taking up. You won't see a detailed breakdown of what apps are taking up space on their end, but if you'd like, you can ask them to do a similar audit on their devices and clear some space if needed. For most people, the biggest issue will always be videos and photos, so let's focus on that. If you go back to the Manage Storage page, we can tap into iCloud Photos to review our photo library for duplicate photos and screenshots, as well as videos. The Duplicates menu allows you to merge duplicates, leaving just one copy. Screenshots takes you to a Screenshots folder, where you can delete what you don't want. And in my case, it's the videos that take up the most space. It's mostly videos of my kids, so I'll want to make sure I have them copied and backed up before I clear anything off my phone. What we need to do is to take our photos and videos from iCloud and create a copy of them on another device. That other device can be a phone, tablet, computer, external hard drive, or even another cloud storage like Dropbox or Google Drive. Once you have your photos and videos copied, we'll then remove them from iCloud, freeing up space. Once we get to the deleting part, we'll need to follow specific steps, or you might lose your photos from all your devices. There's a handful of different ways to do it. If you want to copy photos to your phone's internal storage, you can go to your library, select the items you want to save, go to the Share menu, and choose Save to Files. By default, this function likes to save things to iCloud files, but you can click the back arrow on the top and save them on your phone's internal storage instead. You'll just need to make sure your phone has enough storage to handle what you're about to save. Another option is to airdrop to a computer. Select your items, go to the Share menu, and airdrop to a Mac. Now you'll have a copy of your photos on a computer. You could airdrop to another iPhone or iPad as well, but you'll need to make sure those devices are not syncing their photo library to iCloud. Otherwise, you'll end up just creating duplicates, which will take up even more space. My preferred method is to use a Mac if you have one. Create a folder where you'll want your photos and videos to go, and then open the Photos app. Here you can obviously sort the view and either look at your whole library or narrow it down to favorites, or video files, for example. My biggest consumer is the videos, so I'll focus on those for now. Choose a batch of videos and then go to File, Export, and choose Export Unmodified Originals, if you want the original untouched files exactly as it was captured on your camera. The other export option will include any edits you've made in the Photos app, so it'll include any cropping, added filters, and other adjustments you might have done to your photos. Choose the location where you want your photos and videos to go and click Export. Depending on how much you're exporting, this can be pretty quick, or it can take forever. Unfortunately, there's no clear progress bar or anything, and especially with video files, you might be wondering if anything is even happening. Keep an eye on the folder, and your files should start appearing there, but keep in mind that this could take a long time, depending on the file size. I exported 15 files, and now I can see I have all 15 here in my folder. My Mac also gave me a little notification that the export was completed. If you have a massive photo library, it's smarter to do this in smaller batches. Trying to export too many items at once can fail, and it might be hard to figure out later which items were successfully copied and which ones didn't transfer over. Now that I have a separate copy of my videos that is not stored in iCloud, I can go to the Photos app either on my Mac or iPhone. Doesn't matter which one I use, and I can just delete the files I previously copied. Deleting them puts them first into a recently deleted folder, and they'll remain there for 30 days until they get wiped off your account. If you want to speed things up and clear space immediately, you can go to the recently deleted folder, authenticate with a password, and permanently delete your photos and videos. And that's it. Now you can keep using iCloud for all your future photos and videos, but you've cleared space by moving your older content on non-iCloud storage, and after that deleted it from iCloud. Just make sure your files are stored outside of iCloud before you go and delete the originals. If you want to stop using iCloud and only rely on your phone's internal storage, here's what you can do. First, on your iPhone, go to Settings. Tap your name, choose iCloud, and go to iCloud Photo Options. Scroll down and change your setting to Download and Keep Originals. This will download all your photos from the cloud and store them on your phone. If your phone doesn't have enough storage, iCloud will compress your files to a smaller file size to make them fit. Next, turn off iCloud Photos. Your phone will ask if you want to download a copy of all your photos in case some of them weren't already downloaded on your internal storage. When using iCloud, your phone will use small, optimized preview files for your photos, and downloading photos and videos at this point will remove the optimized previews and replace them with the original full-sized versions. Once everything is safely stored on your iPhone, you can use your browser to go to iCloud.com, choose photos, and delete everything from your iCloud library to free up space. It's important to use a browser for this, because if you delete them on your phone, they'll get deleted from your internal storage, which is not what we want. And that's how you manage iCloud storage. I hope this helped you understand the logic and how your files are stored. Click the like button if this helped you, leave a comment if you have questions, and subscribe for more guides like this. Thanks all, until next time.